People think I help businesses create more marketing. I don't. I help them stop wondering why their marketing isn't turning into clients. Let me explain what I mean. People often think that I only focus on SEO content for websites, blog posting, emails, and social media. And although that's true, I do have that background. That's not the real problem that I solve anymore, or the only problem at least. What shifted for me was realizing that posting more content doesn't automatically create more sales or engagement or feedback or likes. People, if you like something, give it a like. Don't be so stingy. That's that's my take on it. I'm always giving likes. The real opportunity happens after someone notices you. And I want to put this into perspective that social and media are two separate words. I'll say it again. I've said it before. It's the truth. When you're posting, how many times do you have people reply or like or share? It is very, very hard. And that's why some experts will say, well, double down, do 5 times a day posts, do 7 times a day posting, and you're still getting no response. Meanwhile, you may hear from other people when you're in networking events that, oh, I see you everywhere. Well, why can't you leave me a darn like, or just like tell me that on the comments so other people can see it? Meanwhile, when I do my relationship marketing, I'm leaving comments, meaningful comments on other people's posts. My posts change. I'm not just talking about me. I'm doing conversation starting posts. So it will be topic adjacent to what I offer, but then I'm asking the question, and I'm doing this in groups. So they're text posts, which is way easier than a visual. You have to do a carousel, or maybe you have to find the perfect image to go with it. Just do a text post. Find places where you can do that. And I want you to notice the difference in engagement between when you're asking meaningful questions on other people's posts, and let's put it reverse. We were just complaining that nobody likes, nobody comments. How do we feel when someone finally does it? Never mind if it's someone who we look up to as an authority in the field that we're in. We are trying to flip the script and give our audience that same respect and that same experience of, hey, I see you and I'm going to comment. That, my friend, is when you start getting really good engagement, and the engagement that opens up the doors because you've now had a conversation. Then you can turn it and ask a question that's related to something that you do or offer. The intention is to be curious. We are not intending to sell, but if we think that we can help, then of course we would do a disservice to not share that information. And going back to, if you believe, or if you have heard the belief, posting 5 times a day, are you talking to your customers? Again, I don't really feel that you are able to listen to your customers when you're just saying, buy my stuff, buy my thing from the street corner. And so it was this experience or mind shift, if you will, that made me realize that the gap isn't content. It's the conversations. And when you stop listening, you stop learning. And when you stop learning, you can't build offers around a problem that you don't understand. And I've mentioned this before. That's how both of my current offers were created. I created a community on School, the Marketing Momentum Collective. We'd love to have you. My link is somewhere around this video. And its intention was, I listened. People were telling me that posting's not working, and they're being told by their mentors that they have to network. But how do they take a conversation about something completely unrelated to business? How do they bring that back around in a meaningful way? So I use my marketing example of, let's say we're talking about dogs. Then I let my curiosity go over to, hey, do you have your own business? How's marketing going with that? And again, I'm letting the conversation naturally unfold. Yes, in the back of my mind, I know that I have some lead magnets. I have my YouTube channel. I have my school community. I have my paid offer. And I have done for you, depending on what they are saying, I could possibly help. But really, I'm trying to be present and actually listen to their answers. So it's a combination. It's a very delicate art of listening. Can I help without feeling like I'm shoving it down your throat? Or maybe it's, you know, in my mind, when I'm talking, I think I could help you, but let's have a coffee chat. Or, I also have a strategy prescription call. It's a free 30-minute call where I help someone who has a struggle in one area of their marketing, and we workshop it together. And by the end of it, hopefully they have some clear next steps. That's the intention of the call. They have some clear next steps to break through that block so that they can continue on their journey of marketing. And if I can help, I will just mention it and say, hey, I can help you with the thing. Do you want to hear about it? And how I try and be authentic in my offers is I'm listening. I'm curious. If I can help, I'm asking permission. Can I drop a link? Would you like to have a call with me? Great. Here's my link. Would you like to, while we're in the call, would you like to hear more about how I think I could help you? I have never had anybody say no. Why not listen to it? Hey, you can help me do this thing or get through this thing faster? Yes, please. So when you come at it from a position of, I'm helping because I heard you, I think that you are in a better position to take that opportunity or relationship to a potential sale. And that is exactly what we try and do in our system. So what do I actually do these days? I help service-based businesses create relationship marketing systems that turn those conversations into opportunities. Whether those conversations happen at in-person or online networking events, maybe they're coffee chats, or they're online in the comments and then they turn into a DM. It could be anywhere that basically you have the opportunity to speak to someone. And this is how I developed my growth lab, is people were saying, okay, now I'm networking, but I have so many people commenting back to me. They're having a success problem, if you will. And how can I track them? Because I don't want to lose. I've spent all this time getting them warmed up. I don't want to lose the thread of what we were talking about or who I was talking to. Again, listening, hearing what people were struggling with. And that's how I developed the Growth Lab. It's the paid offer inside of my school community. And its intention is to help you build a simple follow-up system so that opportunities don't fall through the cracks. Because follow-up is where you find the fortune. Let's say that one again. The fortune is in the follow-up. You can start as many conversations as you want. And I think there's a stat, something like you spend all of your energy, let's say, getting new people. But once those people are in your world, 80% of them will buy from you over and over and over again. But most people are focusing on that 20% who are new and getting them into your world instead of stewarding the 80% who you've already made a connection with or worked with in the past. And even if it's not a specific paid relationship that they are buying from you, those are your best word of mouth referral partners, collaborators. You can grow your list together in different ways. Maybe you co-host a workshop if you have the same kind of audience that overlaps, but you're not offering the exact same thing. That's where you have so many opportunities. All of this to say, if there's one thing I hope you take away from this, it's that marketing isn't about doing more. It's about building a system that helps the right people get to know you, understand what you do, and trust you so that eventually they will hire you or refer someone who they know who is ready to hire you for the types of services or products that you offer. Before I let you go, your next step for relationship building, I like to give an action at the end of these calls. Ask someone you trust what they think you actually do. If their answer surprises you, then you may have found your biggest opportunity to clarify your message if it's not aligned. Or maybe what they've figured out is a gap where you're like, well, I didn't think of it that way, but now I need to make an offer. When I was creating my school community, it took a friend saying, Elizabeth, did you know that not everybody knows how to network and close a sale? It's a gift. And I've been holding on to this for a couple years. I'm like, what can I do with this? How can I monetize this? And the school community is free, by the way. But so when I started that school community, people have been flocking to it. They are so desperate for it. And that's when I'm like, okay, so now people are leaving comments, but they don't know how to build a system around it and make that actually part of their marketing strategy. So that's how that all came to be. Is I listened, I asked. I think it was one of those conversations where a mentor said, okay, partner up with someone and practice your messaging and, see if you can figure out what you do and then build some offers on that. So that's how that came to be. So if you are looking for a place to practice these conversations, clarify your offers, and practice being visible, build those habits of showing up, please come join us in the Marketing Momentum Collective. That is my school community. We'd love to have you inside. It's free. There's no reason why you can't join us. But I do want you to remember, and if you've been watching my videos, you can start to say this with me. Content creates visibility. Conversations create those opportunities, and relationships create sales. They generate those sales for you because people buy from people, or people refer other people who that they feel will not tarnish their reputation. All right, I hope to see you in the next one.